This is Madden 19. I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. On deck, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Green Bay Packers. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Green Bay Packers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. It's been all systems go in this first month. They're off to a 4-0 start.
And it's got folks believing that this is a team that's built to go all the way. You can't win the Super Bowl in September, but they're telling everyone that they're going to be there in the end.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Chiefs, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So here are the Chiefs now coming out for their opening drive. As we get a peek at the former Red Raider and 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Here we go now. Green 90. Green 90. Hut, hut, hut.
Now a play fake here on first down. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Jake Ryan in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization.
He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They give him a gain of 38.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
This is the offense we're going to see coming up in this one, and Travis Kelce will be key.
What a tremendous weapon he is, especially in the red zone. Knows how to find the end zone when running his routes.
Here we go now. Blue for you.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 4th down. How about this for an opening drive decision? You got 4th and short, just outside of field goal range in all likelihood. What do you do?
I'm going for it. I've got to go get it right now. I want to establish a tone. It's early in the game. I want to let my offense know that I believe in them. And you know something else? I let my defense know I believe in them also by taking that gamble. If we don't get it, it's okay. You guys will cover for me.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game and you look at the backgrounds of these kickers? It's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Hey, reset. Hey, easy. 59.
The first carry out for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. See some head shaking on that defensive sideline because so much focus on taking away what he did last week as NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Big gain there for him to start.
I love your observation because you would think they'd be prepared for him after what he did the previous week. But sometimes that skill set actually intimidates a defense, and he used it to his great advantage.
On 1st down, Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. The numbers for Adams in last week's game. He was no doubt a key piece to their puzzle in that victory.
And when this offense plays well, you just know he's going to be in the middle of everything, don't you? I mean, defense is going to say, we've got to take this guy away. He doesn't allow himself to be taken away, does he?
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
58 to 9.
Rodgers gives this to Jamal Williams. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. The All-Pro Justin Houston in on the tackle.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. He gets it over the middle to Cobb. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Rodgers to Cobb, good for a Green Bay first. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did. Big-time
pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
Offside, defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options.
Hey. 4 down.
Wide right. Gun. Jumbo.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. A first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down.
Get reset. Hey, easy.
They go back to the ground with Williams. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8.
We got 4. We got 4.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
We got 3 down.
Hey, check 26. Green 19's on.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. Flushed out right. His pass caught at the 4. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. They take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
Ace! Ready! Blue 45! Blue!
They'll start with Hunt on the ground. He'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. Josh Jackson, the former Iowa Hawkeye, made the play defensively.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. Muscles him off. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at about the 32.
Hey.
Motion.
59.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Green 19's on.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
We are going. Green 19's on.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get off on the snap, jump too quickly.
Reset. Hey, easy.
throwing the penalty. It's Williams. And he's got room. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now Williams. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they do.
This is Cobb with a catch right side. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one goes for 24 yards.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be second and goal.
Bring up.
Alert! Alert! 3 down, 3 down.
Get 300. Get 300.
He's going to get it running right. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think
touchdown, Packers! As his guys are in for 6, and the Packers are able to cash in for 6. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
26. Jumbo.
Throwing is Rodgers. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Here we go now.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Tackle made there by Nick Perry.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Mahomes. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Mahomes to the former Rams, Sammy Watkins, for the Kansas City first.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They go play action here on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Seems like this been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
This is Hunt. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Encroachment, defense.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Here we go now. Blue 45.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment, defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So forget the 3 and out. The penalty makes this 1st and 10.
4 down, 4 down. Here we go. Green 39.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. Incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Nick Perry. Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go.
Zoom, zoom. Yeah, Liz. 4 down. Get it.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Caught left side by Cobb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. Rodgers now on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Yeah, Liz. 4 down. Yeah, Liz.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. On the crossing route, complete. That's Cobb. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Rodgers now, only one pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, check 26.
Rodgers to throw once more. Being chased out left. And some space here. And avoids the contact by sliding. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
Hey, check 26.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Rodgers will try again on second down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
Blue 58. Oko, over here. Hey, check 26. Hey, check 26.
Fellas, let's set a tone.
Gun. Check 319.
To throw is Rodgers. That's going to be caught. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Randall Cobb, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Crosby on now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now Hunt, and he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Here we go. Green.
On second down, here's Mahomes. Wide open receiver complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Mahomes now on first down. On target over the middle to Hill. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you.
There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Jumbo! Four down! Jumbo! 3-19,
On second down, here's Rodgers. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Howard. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Watch tight end, right. Here we go. 58. Zoom. Hey, check 26. Yeah, Liz. Look at you.
Rodgers to throw on second down. That is caught by Cobb. And it's a Packer touchdown. Randall Cobb with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Crosby on now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing, but with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Mahomes throwing on second down. Trying to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And the return will stop right around the 25. Kelsey, the intended receiver there. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Williams. Open space inside the 10. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And his guys capitalize on the